So Joakim Noah has been waived by the Knicks, and if you believe that he's got no more chances in the NBA, I don't think that's ridiculous. I mean, the guy's had injuries, he's had a decline in everything, minutes, production, defense. But perhaps there's a chance that Noah could actually still be like a 15-minute per game guy on some NBA team, whether it be like a bad team for leadership or a good team that's actually looking to tighten up their center rotation a little bit. And you don't expect him to play the whole season, and there are going to be some stretches where he doesn't play at all, but perhaps he can come in there and still be something. Or is there a chance that he can be a regular backup big who plays the majority of a season? I think we can at least entertain the idea. So before I name just a few teams who I think should at least think about it, not saying you should sign him, but perhaps you should make some calls to whoever you need to see where he is physically at this point, we're going to talk about just Noah as a player. So in 2017, which was the last time he got real minutes, his rebounding was at least still pretty legit. Okay, 9 boards a game, including 3.5 offensive rebounds a game. That alone could still make him a valuable player. Okay, we've seen Enes Kanter be a bad pick-and-roll defender, but be such a good rebounder that he makes up for a lot of it. Now, of course, Kanter's better offensively than Noah at this point. He's also a better free throw shooter than Noah is, because Joakim's free throws have actually kind of fallen off a cliff. So I'm not saying he should play like mid to high 20s regularly the way Kanter does, but could that still get you a place on an NBA roster if you're just going to grab some offensive rebounds, get fouled, put the occasional one back up? Yeah, I would like to think so. The other thing that I think that says about Noah is that he still plays really damn hard. And that's another thing with all this, right? It's like, Noah played his ass off those years when Derrick Rose was hurt. I mean, he played his ass off anyway, but especially those years when Derrick Rose wasn't there, and the way he carried the Bulls and just how hard he played defensively, defending the basket, defending pick and rolls, defending the low post. The guy was kind of ahead of his time with centers who can just like do a little bit of everything defensively, on top of his playmaking and just how relentless he was attacking the boards and sprinting in transition every opportunity he got. I would like to believe a guy that worked that hard and was that much of a maniac on the floor would work to get back to being a respectable NBA bench player. Now, I don't know. Maybe Noah got his money. He's about to be 33. Maybe he just doesn't care anymore. Or maybe he still has something in him to where he wants to prove all of us wrong who think he sucks now. And, you just want to keep playing basketball. So I would like to believe that that is in there. And if it is, on top of the fact that I think he can at least still be a rebounder, yeah, I think that can get you on an NBA roster, seeing as guys like Tyler Zeller and Alexis Ajinça and Emeka Okafor have still been able to survive in the NBA. Amir Johnson, who hasn't been that good for a couple seasons now. I'd like to think Noah can at least give you what those guys give you. But the other thing with Noah is, if we can get back to his defense a little bit, sure, athletically, he's not what he once was. Can't jump as high, doesn't move as quickly laterally. Not going to trust him to stay in front of ball handlers like he once could. I get it. However, I have to believe he still knows how to play defense, okay? He still must understand, like, okay, on this guy, I have to go under, or I have to stay back on the pick and roll, I should say. On this guy, I have to at least step up a little bit. Like, he knows how to play ice defense. He knows how to defend the low post. He knows how to plant his feet and not allow Joel Embiid to just go over whatever shoulder he wants to go over for a hook shot or whatever. Like, if you know how to play defense and you are, how tall is Noah now? How tall is he now, as if he got shorter? 6'11" is what he's listed as. Like, you just put all these things together. I feel like you can still put in a decent 15 minutes a game somewhere. If you're a big dude who knows how to play defense and you're still going to play really hard and grab some rebounds, you've got some value, if you ask me, in the case of Noah. So now, let's bring up the idea of some teams that I think should at least have a conversation about giving him a chance. I could see him ending up on any bad team that just wants like a leader. Like I could see him ending up on like the Hawks to help out John Collins with something. Or I could see him ending up on like the Nets and just be a guy who can help out Jared Allen when it comes to playing defense. So all that's on the table. But in terms of like teams who may actually be interested in using him, I mean, of course, there's the Lakers. Same old center position. They need improvements, yada, yada, yada. I don't feel like repeating myself there. I could also picture like the Grizzlies, just because Memphis is all in on winning, and you know, if Noah's still going to be respectable, then there's a chance he could help you win right now. And maybe you want to tighten up that center rotation just a little bit behind Marc Gasol, and maybe you're not totally ready with playing Jaren Jackson Jr. at the center position, and you don't really want to put JaMychal Green at the center spot, then perhaps Noah can chip in here and there with some minutes. The Portland Trailblazers lost Ed Davis, and while I like Zach Collins' potential for his talent and his switchability and his shooting, he just may not be able to hold up with NBA bigs physically, and Noah could potentially still do that, so that's an idea. I saw some people on Twitter bring up the Warriors. If that happened, I think it would be more of a locker room type of thing, because, you know, between Damian Jones, Jordan Bell, Kevon Looney, and then Boogie, who's going to be coming in at some point, I don't see a way in which Noah really gets on the floor like that. I could picture the 76ers just because I think their backup center is like Amir Johnson, who, similar to Noah, is not what he once was, and maybe Noah's just a little better. Could be a little better at this point. Maybe he isn't. Maybe Amir Johnson is still defensively sound enough, but it's an idea. Yeah, I think I'm done. You get the idea of what I'm going for here. Maybe Noah can still be an NBA player. Maybe he sucks. He got paid, so in the end, he'll be fine.